Hello guys, it's already September 9, 2020, 9/9, so it's a Shopee sale day. Today is September 9, and you're watching me, Nikki, you also known as Faces Trader, for the Awesome 10X live update for the Philippine market. So let's begin, guys. The Philippine market today is coming from quite a strong move in the US. You could see that EPHE rallied from as low as 25.64 to as high as 27 in a single day. Take note that the EPHE is the iShares Trust MSCI Philippine ETF. This is the exchange traded fund in the US. We could see that the market lows was about 19. We rallied to as high as 29, and then we consolidated with double lows. This is a higher low here at about 25.67, 25.70. That is higher than your May resistance, no? So your May support was about 24. We didn't actually go down for EPHE to as low as 23.69. From 25.60, we went up. So that might be a bit confusing to the people what Nikki is talking about. What's that? What's that jargon? What are those lines? Those lines are actually charts. I try to simplify charts for people who aren't aware, but indeed, the Philippine market can be traded via charts, and of course, an understanding of what these support resistances are. So your Philippine market today is trading at 5,932 or down 101 points. Let's take a look at what the market's index stats first before we go and dive into each company. So the market value today is 4.7 billion pesos. Your advancers are 73, your decliners are 118. Your Ayala land has succumbed to some profit taking after rallying from 27, it went to 30.9, and now it's down 3%. After Ayala land fell, your SM Prime also fell, your Meralco, your Metrobank, Security Bank, your BDO, SM, Bloomberry, Pure Gold, a lot of companies fell. Now, AGI is up 6%. Clap for AGI, 6.7%. Indeed, it's now 685. That would be quite a good number of gains from those who were getting in 6 peso below. So GT Cap slowly trying to defend itself in that 400 peso mark or that 390, 385 mark. Your index is down, Philippine Stock Index, your all shares, your financials, your industrials, your holdings, your properties, your mining, your services. Those are indices. But it's happy to say that we have some winners despite that general sell-off in the market. What are the winners today? You've got ASEN. It's now already at all-time highs. ASEN, which is AC Energy. We kept on saying that this is a great company in the Philippines, one of the only companies that we truly like in the Philippines. And ACN, going into solar and wind farms, we kept saying, this is great for the Philippines and this is also great for Southeast Asia. Indeed, today, ASEN proved us that our conviction for ACN is correct. It's now trading at 3.13, 6% up, and you're probably significantly up if you've been buying this since 235 below with us when we were describing 220 to 30. You can check out our other videos. We kept on discussing that AC Energy seems to be a great company for the long term, not for just a trade. Now, other types to discuss. Of course, AGI is very good move today. AGI is trading at 6 peso 85 cents, 43 cents up, 6% up. Take note that AGI is also something that we have been promoting on down days. We said that at 5.50 and 6 pesos, it was, good to accumulate AGI. Today, it's 6 peso 85. Good to see that our conviction, after some time, after a few months then, really went up. So it's not as if like we bought yesterday and wow, it's up today. These are positions that were bought during quite, yun nga, you could know naman around a few weeks ago. Now, SSI is up 118, good move, 16 million. We will discuss a few names that we don't have yet. Should we buy that? And then, of course, Merrymart is up 3 pesos, but Merrymart at 320, it looks like there's a lot of sellers there. Just as Pure Gold, 50, 51, 52, looks like there's sellers, but 10% lower, there is a buyer naman. So we are seeing that, people still like to buy supermarkets, but it's not as I guess some people are worried that if they buy 50, that it can go 49, 48. So some people are willing to wait and see if they can buy low. Now, pizza, Shakey's Pizza. We also said that Shakey's Pizza is a good company in the restaurant space in the Philippines, especially with the delivery and takeout. Happy to see that Shakey's Pizza today is up 3.6%, trading at 6 pesos and 5 cents. Now, how high can these stocks go? That would be for your gainers today. What's happening in your losers, your worst losers? Does the loser have volume? So in terms of value traded, this one, 33 million, it has a loss of 4%. Your Holcim is down 6 pesos. Your Ayala Land has strong sellers. So it's now back to 29.75. This tells us that profits on properties are still expected to be bad in the next couple of months or even a few quarters. So Ayala Land is continuing to be just a trade. It's not yet a buy and hold. Ayala Land 26, 27 might have a buyer, but at 30, 31, 32, there are strong resistance sellers. And we are seeing the same thing happen to SM Prime at 28 pesos today. I think that SM Prime 28 can be bought, but at 30 bucks above, you would always see a seller. So that is the thing about properties. And it's also the same thing with your financials. Your BPIs, your BPI didn't fall mo, pero it's about 67 pa rin eh. If it rallies 71, 72, there will be some selling. Metrobank, if it rallies 36, 39, 42, there will be selling. But at 33, 34, some people will pick this up. Even if it's down today, Metrobank 90 million today, no? Security Bank 36 million, also down 2.5% today. So yeah, you're still seeing a lot of selling front for the banks. But Nicolasia, some profit taking, 56 million at 306. So we are seeing people take profits. Most active, let's take a look at most active for the day. Most active is quite red today. Your SM can't go up to 950. Your SM at 900 had some resistance. It's now back to 887. Your Ayala Lands, your SM Primes, your BDOs, some selling pressure, 2 to 3%. Your ASEN is the star of the day. Today it's 6%, 315, 313. AGI also star of the day, 6.7%. Merimart, Dito Telecom. So this has been something that we have always been seeing. Ever since Merimart got listed, it's as if Merimart and Dito Telecom are sister companies. It's as if they move in tandem, even if a supermarket and a third telco has zero, it has zero relationship on them by themselves, but it's both speculative. Merimart is like a speculative startup that wants to be as big as a Pure Gold. Dito Telecom is also a speculative startup that wants to be something like a PLDT and Globe. So that's really how they can be connected, no? But in terms of fundamentals, both of them are too speculative at this point in time. GT Cap is trading today for 404, one of the few winners today. Very small winners, as you could see, just 1% up. But it's good to see that people were able to buy some 400 below for GT Cap. We'll see whether it can rally 3 to 5% next few days. Robinson's Retail is still there, 68. So it's been selling. It's had some selling pressure, 68, 69, 70. Once that 68 to 70 sellers get taken out, that's the only time that we can see Robinson's Retail at 75 or at 80. So it might take some time. Robinson's Retail and Pure Gold, these are the companies that have some good numbers, but we don't know if the market sees them as priced for perfection. They have to be good really in their next quarters to really prove to the market that it has leeway to go another 5 to 10% or 20% mover from current levels. That said, both Pure Gold and Robinson's Retail, on any drops below 10%. Let's say if Pure Gold and Robinson's Retail falls 10% in the next week or next month, then you can be assured that their fundamentals are intact and there will be some buyers if they will drop. Now, Globe is 2132. Good to see it. Take note that we said that Globe, if it's near 2000 or even if it goes 19, it will always be picked up. And so Globe today is 2132, been picked up. 5% higher from that 2000 levels, no? So Mega World is 306, but properties are still having a hard time. So it might still be just neutral for the properties. Top traded, what are the top traded? Most likely the index names, no? So this is good to see. ASEN, AC Energy, is now top traded. It used to be not anywhere in your top 20. Now it's always in the top traded now. But be careful though, at $3 or 313, we don't know if there will be selling pressure because some people might have bought this at 220, 2 pesos, or even the rest who are smarter than us, who probably have ASEN as low as, we don't know. I think, some people might have this below 2 when it was before it became ASEN. This used to be TransAsia, which traded as low as 90 cents, 1 peso, diba, before. So yun, I remember buying TransAsia at 90 cents even before it became ASEN. So yun, but I sold early too because I didn't know that it had good fundamentals pala. Only at 220, 235, that's when I decided, hey, this has good fundamentals. I might as well just keep this and not trade it. Yeah, so we have some selling pressure, but some selling pressure are just profit taking. As you can see, URC, it's just some profit taking at 143, 142. Some people are willing to buy that back if it goes 135 anyway, or URC got bought 120 during the junk food tax scandal, which you were saying, it's not, sorry, a scandal, junk food tax, diba? And I remember saying URC was about 120 at that junk food tax news, no? So Jollibee, 136, it's just there. If Jollibee falls 130 below, then it could be a good opportunity to enter. At these levels, hold lang. MPI 350, you'd see some selling pressure, 350 to 4. But yeah, so very little selling pressure anyway. So some people are willing to just hold because it's still low. At the end of the day, your Philippine market is still low to begin with. So not everyone would sell every share just because it's up 10%. No? So in fact, some Ayala land, even if there's pressure to the downside at 30 pesos, some people would just be buying Ayala land at 27 below and with the hopes to sell 31, 32, or even higher levels in the next few months or next few years. So similarly for Cebu Pacific, 37.80, it's still below 40. I'd say that some people will also just wait and see. Maybe they'll wait 40, 45. To be honest, guys, some airlines abroad, we have been seeing them broaden. It was a broad recovery worldwide, no? So I think that airlines in the Philippines could actually be accumulated. One of the few companies in the Philippines that within the next 2 to 3 years that you could predict that will be 50 to 100 pesos someday for Cebu Pacific. Cebu Pacific indeed traded as high as 90 plus pesos around a few years ago. So I do think that that is a 50 to 100 pesos is not a really weird target on Cebu Pacific if you are quite long term in your thinking, no? But let's take a look at some charts. Because we've been doing this every day, thank you for everyone who's been watching the show since the start. We've been doing this since the pandemic to help a lot of Filipinos invest worldwide and also in the Philippines. Let me read a few questions before I go to charts. Hi, Miss Nikki. Thank you for the share. Good idea to buy AGI and ACE. And thank you very much for listening to the show. And I'm happy that you are making money on AGI and ACE. AGI, we have seen some resistance at about 7 peso 50 cents. But as we said, AGI, bumibili naman si Andrew Tan. He even bought at 10, 12 pesos a few years ago. So he's really going to be buying at 5 to 6. You never know. Depending on your time horizon, AGI could be a 750 short-term target. But long term, we don't know. It could be 10. So you might take some profits at 7 pesos, 750, lock in a few gains, but then keep the rest for the future, for the next few years, di ba? Maka 100% ka dyan. ACEN, at 3 to 313 today, some people might be taking profits, tempting yan, 30% up, 40% up, depending on your cost. But I would suggest, let's say you had 10,000 shares or 230,000 cost. Now it's 310,000, you're up 80,000. Money is not easy to be made, so maybe you want to sell half, 40,000, lock in the profit, and then bahala na yan. Wherever it goes, just hold on to 4 pesos, 5 pesos. We don't know, diba? The future is wonderful naman for renewables. What's the advantage of looking at EPHE versus your Philippine Stock Index? Your EPHE is a dollar base, so it helps just to see what the Americans are thinking or what the foreigners are thinking about the EPHE. So the Philippine market has been going nowhere. If you take a look, since 2013, this is what you could see. 2013 till about 2020, or the last 7 years, we have been seeing that the Philippine market has done nothing, pretty much nothing, no? There are a strong resistance shorting Philippine market 34. So that is really a short, no? We were saying that Philippine market 34 to 36, that is a short, with a lot of opportunities to cover it at 29 all the way to 23. So we didn't even expect it will go to 20, no? So those who shorted there would have bought somewhere here. Now, right now, the market has already fallen at these levels of about 6,000 to 5,000 to 4,000. The reality is, guys, if you look long term, like maybe 3 to 5 years from now, some companies in the Philippines would naturally go 100% up. Totoo yan. Because you don't expect Ayala land to be hungry forever. Meaning, right now, yes, the properties are bad, but we don't believe that properties will be forever bad. So we will see some pressure at 30, 31, 32, but can we foresee Ayala land go 45 someday? Ako, personally, I'd say yes, 3 to 5 years. But properties would take a while because it is a very cyclical situation. When people don't have money, who's gonna buy a property, diba? So especially high prices, some people might have an ability to only pay 25% of their amortization. So those things are gonna have a lot of factors in assessing the property in the next few years as an industry. Now, there's a question: what levels do you recommend to sell or hold ACN and AGI? Typically, right now, I think that AGI at 685, you could sell a little. Even if it goes to 7 peso 50 cents, you want to sell a little. ACN 313 today, you may hold, depending really on your allocation. If you were very much big on those allocations, when I say big, let's say this is 15% or 10% of your allocation. Let's say it's a 2 million peso account. 10% is 200,000. You put 200,000 in ACN and AGI. That 200,000 already is up 30%, so you're up 60,000. No? So yun, it's now 13% of your allocation. You can trim that 13% allocation back to about 6-7%. Once it's below 5% allocation for your entire portfolio, I think that is recommended to hold already. Like that can go 100% or 50% or whatever it does. No, so that's usually how I think about it. Now, what level should we buy back nickel? It really depends. I think like Nickel Asia, any price below 280 will be bought. But the problem is, will Nickel Asia fall to 80? So at 3 pesos, 310, 320, it can even go as high as 350 or 4, no? So we don't know. We don't know. At this point, I think like nickel will have buyers, but those buyers are just waiting on the sidelines if they can buy it low. There's a question: what do you think about the sell-off in Nasdaq? Will it affect the metals and mining? Some people will sell their Nickel Asia because they plan to buy some stocks in the US that are selling off, that are great companies. So, example, if they're selling some Nickel Asia, they're selling maybe 100,000 pesos. $2,000, they can buy, say, $2,000 worth of Tesla at about $200. Let's say Tesla fell $200, diba? That is the stock split. 200 is already $1,000 for Tesla. So with the market crash of Nasdaq, some electric vehicles in US might be falling down big, and it will actually incentivize some people. Why will I buy Nickel Asia when I can buy Tesla at $1,000, which is $200 kung stock split thinking, no? So around 200 to 220, that might be one thing that some people who are believing in Nickel Asia as an electric vehicle play might be thinking. So you have to understand na, did you buy Nickel Asia for the electric vehicle? Because there's plenty of ways to be exposed in the electric vehicle play. You can buy solar companies, you can buy solar panels, you can buy electric vehicles, not just in US, but also in China. So, you know, the Nasdaq sell-off will be a good thing, not just about affecting the metals and mining. You have to think about it globally. So some people who have never invested in Nasdaq might actually, wow, I can buy a Facebook at 250 or 200, I'll buy it, diba? So if it happens. So those are interesting things that's happening. Now, the junk food tax was a scandal during those times, yes. Actually, that was the time that I said 120 to be bought. So I hope that you guys listened and we bought some URC 120, even as high as 124, no, at that time. It even fell 119, 118, I think. Bloomberry at 7. Casinos in general, I think is a good reopening play. But I think at 7, 720, some people might sell some Bloom and see whether it goes 8 pesos. At this point in time, let's just see where it goes, no? So hold your winners, but also sell partially, lock in some gains, so that if it falls, hindi kayo nawalan ng profit, di ba? You just really have to allocate. Let's say you bought at 6:30, then it's now 7. Probably take a little bit of profit, but also hold a little. How about PAL? Is it a good buy? Philippine Airlines, I think, is not traded much. So that's a problem. Walang liquidity. That's why I focus mainly on Cebu Pacific or Macro Asia for the reopening play of the airline sector. Do you think Apex is just consolidating? I think Apex is consolidating because gold is consolidating. So if you want, maybe you can buy Apex Mining next time, either if it falls sobrang baba, or kaso feel ko kasi hindi din yan masyado bababa unless gold really tanked So at 19 to 2,000, gold is just being profit taken If gold goes 17 or 18, there will be buyers for Apex, no? So similarly, there will be buyers for gold. Let's take a look at your gold sector, XAU, USD, no? So as an investor, you know that gold here already has profit taking. So it could take October, November, nandyan pa rin yung presyo. So that's what's happening with your Apex People are just profit taking. Currently, 160 ba siya? Profit taking yan So if it fell a lot, then there will be buyers. Pero as we know, 157, 163, 161, wala, tulog-tulog lang yan. It's currently in the sleeping phase. So the uptrend is intact. Those who got in at 120 are still probably holding a few positions, especially those who probably have it very low, no? So congratulations to them. I wasn't able to buy Apex really low. I was understanding that it was a buy only here na sa 120 to 130. Dito na ako. I wasn't able to buy here at 1 peso 70 cents, not even at 60 cents. But I think at 160, eventually it can go to 180 to 190. Eventually, if gold truly went 2,200, so hihintayin mo yan. I don't know how long. So if you don't want to wait, okay lang. You can also exit and then see to buy it only when the breakout of gold truly transpires. So some good things happening. Let us look at the charts, no? Actually, guys, even if mabagal tong mga BDOs, GT Caps, or Cebu Pacifics, ganyan din naman tayo, di ba? When AGI, walang pumapansin, we were buying it at 6 pesos, di ba? Or 5.70, 6, so here, BDO, di ba? We were saying 86, 90. Okay lang, buy yan. Kasi 100, 100, 510, dyan mo ibabato. So at these levels, hintay lang, di ba? You wait and see. What else? Umangat ng AGI, finally. Okay. So some people bought here at about 6 pesos. Hindi naman sila nakabili sa 550 Kahit sa 6 sila bumili, okay pa rin, no? 685, baka umangat ng 750 yan. So, but at 740, that is a selling area. Maxes, we have been saying, here, at 450, 490, kahit below 5, bili yan. If it goes to 6, 650, dyan mo ibebenta. Bloomberry right now, 7, profit taking, but it can go to 8. So, hold lang. ICT at 100 area, you know that is a strong support. Hindi nga siya bumalik ng 100 Nandyan pa rin sa 105, 108. Some profit taking happening here on ICT. But it's not a sell per se. You just want to take profit so that when you go 100 or 96, you have the leeway to buy ICT back. So take notice that for Manila Water, if you're profit taking at 14, okay lang naman, but at 13 below, you buy it back. So that's really what's happening with Nickel Asia, no? At 3 pesos, 320, 330, those are people trying to take profit with the thinking na sana makabili sila sa 280 to 260. But there are also times na hindi na sila makakabili, dumiretso naman, pataas. So why is Nickel Asia falling? Probably because Tesla is falling too. Ayan, no? 500, bagsak 330. So if Tesla goes down here to 200, okay yan. Buy tayo dyan sa 200. Now you might say Tesla won't fall 200, Nikki. That is trying to bargain hunt too much. But I think that what comes up, like melt up kasi to, can go down naman. So maybe it doesn't go 200, but maybe 250, no? Or even 275. Let's wait and see. Tingnan natin. So I think that is one reason why Nickel Asia, has some profit taking going on, because electric battery storage beneficiary ang nickel. The demand comes from there. Any thoughts on EEI and CHP? So congratulations to some of the people who got this. I didn't actually. I didn't get any of these construction play. EEI has been rising, 550, now it's 680. Those who have it, congratulations. Congrats. You might hold it kasi you have resistance during March here at about 850. But I'm not a big believer of construction. So I think construction is tied up with your properties. Of course, EEI is not just property, no? EEI is benefiting from beneficiary of government, because EEI is doing a lot of government projects, the infrastructure, no? I remember that EEI got a contract with Japan to do those marami yan infrastructure na contract si EEI. So, in terms of construction, I believe in EEI long run. But in the short term, parehas yan with all the infrastructure plays. There will be some resistance. So at about, magkano na ba ang resistance niyan? Mga 8 pesos siguro, baka magkaroon ng resistance pressure. M-wide, the same thing. Now with CHP, ganun din. Lahat ng semento, I don't think that it's a sustainable rally. May resistance yung mga yan. So hindi yan parang asen na sleep well at night. Ano to, mega wide, tulakin mo ng mga 8 pesos, may resistance yan. And then CHP, I also think there is resistance here at 160. There will be sellers at 180. There will be sellers at 2 pesos. I don't have it, but I don't need to rush in buy it. Parang, it's not a great company for me. So, you'll notice, namimili ako ng itre-trade ko. Or namimili ako lang i-invest ko. Okay lang sa akin kahit mabagal yung AGI, okay lang sa akin kahit mabagal yung BDO, kumita yung iba sa mga EI, CHP, wala ako dyan, okay lang, hindi naman ako nagmamadali. What can you give insight about Mark? So Mark is more of a secondary sympathy play to Nickel Asia. Ako, personally, I don't believe in those other names. That's why I will just trade and invest ako sa nickel. Hindi na ako magtre-trade sa mga other names. So Philippines has a lot of other names. Indeed, Mark is a Nickel Asia move, diba? So Mark also went up. So galaw niyan would be similar to Nickel Asia. Same for FNI, galaw niyan similar to Nickel Asia. Uptrend naman sila. So, namili lang ako talaga. Pinili ko lang Nickel Asia. What's happening to DNL, Miss Nikki? DNL is doing okay. I think 550 siya ngayon. Some people bought that below 5. So, there are a lot of bargain hunters here. Those who believe that the restaurants will continue to be, kasi DNL, food ingredients yan, oleo fats, no? And then, DNL also supplies a lot of exports, a lot of palm oil, diba? So, if you study DNL, I'd say that business-wise, it will be bargain hunted by some. The IPO of this company used to be at about 4 pesos, if my memory is correct. I forgot na actually. Let's take a look at the long-term chart of DNL, no? In the last 10 years, what did DNL do? So DNL traded from about as low as 2 to as high as 13 times 6-year money. So there were winners, no? So sorry, not even 2, no? It traded at 216. So I think that some people are willing to see that DNL is a winner in the long run. And so as long as it's below 6, there will be some selling pressure, 4 pesos to 6, but some selling pressure at 7 as well. But if you believe in the restaurant sector as a group, whether it's McDonald's, whether it's Jollibee's, your Shakey's Pizza, your Maxes, angat si DNL in relation to that restaurant tandem. So food ingredients si DNL. They supply to your KFC, they supply to your Jollibee Chicken Joy. So lahat yan, client yan ni DNL. It's a good company actually. We can talk about DNL further in the next few days. But as you know, so the Philippine market, I think I talked a lot already in the Philippines. But yun nga, we can trade, we can invest in our own styles. The way I trade, buy and then sleep, tulog, minsan matagal, pero ganyan talaga. Example, Metrobank, nandyan pa rin sa 34, tulog, di ba? Pero eventually, angat yan. Cebu Pacific, 99 pesos seat sale for all destinations. Guys, I think like in the next year, lahat tayo magtra-travel. So eventually, itong Cebu Pacific, kahit na tulog yan ngayon, wag kayo masyadong bearish sa Cebu Pacific. Parang nung AGI, lahat bearish ng 6 pesos. Bili na yon. 556 pesos, no? Ngayon, 685. Eventually, aangat to, guys. Cebu Pacific, hindi tayo pwedeng hindi lumipad next year or next year. Lilipad yan. And I think today's seat sale, ito na lang yung news ko for the day. Cebu Pacific, 99 pesos seat sale for all destinations on September 9 to 11. Book na kayo. Mag-book na kayo ng mga airlines and try to book, let's say you wanna go to Japan or kahit mag-Boracay man lang kayo, magpalawan kayo, pwede nyo sabihin, Ma'am Nikki, wala na akong pera. Okay lang yon. Kung may pera kayo, mag-book kayo. And not just that, other than booking a Cebu Pacific 99 pesos flight, mura yon, di ba? 99 pesos. Wala kayong 100 piso. Mag-book kayo, 100 piso lang yan. Okay lang yan, kikita kayo. Di bumili kayo ng Cebu Pacific. Ngayon, 50,000 pesos, lagay nyo dyan. Pag nag-up yan ng 100%, di may 50,000 pesos ka pan travel. Anyway, downside mo sa Cebu Pacific, 33 pesos. Upside mo, 90, 100. O, ganun lang naman yan eh. Time frame lang usapan dyan. So, that's it. Thank you very much. Alam nyo na yung seat sale. So, mag-book na kayo ng Cebu Pacific tonight. Today, September 9. Bye-bye. Thank you very much.